All right, we live, baby, and we're back. Okay, so hi guys, sipping on Kool-Aid. How y'all doing? We live, baby. Some good old Kool-Aid. Okay, she ain't got no, the Kool-Aid stash. Straight, all right. So, recap, right? Not just a recap. Like, let me tell y'all, it took like going into this third episode, like before God finally showed me like what is the name of the series. Hey, so the series title, I guess, as it was brought to me, is understanding what love is, and in parentheses, what it's not. All right, so episode 1 was there is nothing you can do to make him love you. We was talking about the story of Leah and Rachel, and we was talking about Sarah and Hagar. Oh, it was juicy. We was talking about baby mama rights, like, all that. Yes, Ruth, let's do this. That's my mommy, y'all. Okay, so we was doing that. Then the second episode was woman, be secure in knowing that you are loved. So we were talking about Rachel, and there was some real drama right there with her and her insecurities and how she was snapping off on Jacob, and he like, I love you, girl. So y'all gotta go back, watch episode 1 and 2, you know what I'm saying, so you can get the whole thing and understand why we're on episode 3. So episode 3 is when, y'all know my drum thing sucks. I'm gonna work on that. When he loves you, he sees you through God's eyes. Say it again. Okay, say it again. When he loves you, he sees you through God's eyes. Girl, what you mean by that? Boo. Let's jump in. You ready? We coming from Song of Solomon. Hey. Y'all know about Solomon. Hymns was that king, that big black king, Yes. The king of wisdom. He wrote Proverbs. But when I tell you, he knew how to serenade and make a woman feel lovely. Let me tell you, I was reading Song of Solomon. I was like, yes. You put yourself, in her shoes as he was talking to her. And you be like, yes, this is how he's supposed to speak to me. Like, you need to go ahead and go get your man and say, sweetie, you need to read Song of Solomon and learn. Give him the new international version, the English standard version, so he can really understand the words. Give him the King James so he can be poetic. Hey. So, understand, Song of Solomon was hitting on it. And I love this. This is something I love about the Bible, because literally everything is in the Bible. Everything. If you're sitting here like, you saying sex is in the Bible? Girl, love making is in the Bible. Hey, I'm telling you. And it's right. And it's good. Okay, now, I'm going to open up my Bible. Y'all come on with me. We're going to Song of Solomon. Get your little Bible app. Let's, get mine up. We know our disclosure. You might want to read it for yourself, because you're going to get the Ophelia movie version. You need to understand that. You're going to get the Ophelia movie version. I have put that out there. I know. Everybody who don't watch the previous episodes know. So if you're new to this, hey, we true to this. What y'all know about that saying? That's from the 90s. Okay. Song of Solomon. Y'all there? Y'all ready? Let's ride. I got to say it poetically too. I got to make it dramatic. This is her, okay? Now, ladies, put yourself in her shoes, okay? You got to envision it. This is what she says. NIV, y'all, NIV. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine. Pleasing is the fragrance of your perfumes. Your name is like perfume poured out. No wonder the young women love you. Take me away with you. Let us hurry. Let the king bring me into his chambers. Do I need to break down that part? I don't think so. Hey. Here come her friends. You know we got them girlfriends. Her friends like, girl, we rejoice with you. Oh my goodness. We praise your love more than wine. She's like, they're excited for her love. Like, oh my God, girl, that's your new boo. You know how our friends is. We so happy for you. You know, y'all love is so beautiful. That's her friends. Okay. So this is her. This is her. She's like, how right they are to adore you. She's saying all the women want my man. They all want him. But let me show you what happens. And she's thinking about the fact that all these other women adore him. She says, dark am I, yet lovely daughters of Jerusalem, dark like the tents of Kedar, like the tent curtains of Solomon. Do not stare at me because I am dark, because I am darkened by the sun. She's saying, why y'all don't stare at me? Y'all beautiful. Don't stare at me just because I'm darker. She said, my mother's sons were angry with me and made me take care of the vineyards. My own vineyard I had to neglect. So tell me whom I love, where you graze your flock, and where you rest your sheep at midday. She said, where you be at? Where you be hanging out? So let me stop. Let me back up. She's telling like she's saying that I'm kissed by the sun, and one word she straight out says I'm black. Like if you like the NIV says I am dark, but if you read it in the other one, it's like I'm black. So this is a sister, and she's darker than most of the other women around her, and she calls them beautiful. She says, "Dark am I, yet lovely daughters of Jerusalem." Who are dark like the tents of Kedar, like the tent curtains of Solomon. Do not stare at me because I am dark. She's like, don't be just staring at me. So she begins to explain why she dark-skinned. So she's saying like, and essentially it's obvious that everyone else isn't necessarily as dark as her. And she's saying the reason why she got dark was because like, it was like a punishment. She was put out there in the sun to work. You know, okay, she out there in the sun. So she's saying, you know, okay, tell me you whom we at chapter 1 verse 7. Tell me you whom I love, where you graze your flock, where do you rest your sheep at midday? Because if you're like a shepherd and you're out in the field, she's trying to feel like where you at, where you be hanging out, like where you do stuff at. She said like where your job at. That's really what it is. Where you work at. Okay. She says, why should I be like a veiled woman beside the flocks of your friends? Why should I have to hide and cover around and just be over there? So the friends say, girl, if you do not know, most beautiful of women follow the tracks of the sheep and graze your young goats by the tents of the shepherds. Y'all, so her friends got a plan to help her figure out who this man is. Her friends got a plan. But you know what her friends also say? They say you're beautiful. Like her friends let her know, woman, like you see yourself as darker. You think we're staring, but no, we're staring at you because you are beautiful. We got people who get so mad when people stare at them, like my daughter. Like she gonna hear this, and I'm gonna be like, I talked about you. She don't like when people stare at her. I get it to some degree, but I used to always have to be like, maybe it's because they're just in awe of your beauty. Stare on, baby, stare on. I just gave you a moment to stare. Go ahead. Okay, moving on. So her friends are like, you're so beautiful. And she's like, they like, what you do? All you got to do is look for the tracks. Look for where his sheep is walking. Follow them tracks, girl. And you know your friends will have you stalking your new man, your new boo. Like your friends will have you stalking your boo. You know, that's what friends do though. That's why we love them. Okay. And then they say, and then once you stalk them, then you got to hang out. You know, just be there. Like, act like you wasn't, like, I ain't know you was here. Like, you got to act like you weren't there. And you just happen to, like, run into him. Oh, you be over here, too? That's how you, okay. That's what they saying. Now, watch this. Now, here he come, y'all. Here he come. Oh, my God. Girl, there he is. All right, verse 9, there he is. He says, I ain't going to put on the male deep voice. Never mind. I'm going to just read it. All right. I liken you, my darling, to a mare. among Pharaoh's chariot horses. Your cheeks are beautiful with earrings, your neck with strings of jewel. We will make you earrings of gold studded with silver. Oh. Now, he says, I'll liken you, darling, to a mare among Pharaoh's chariot horses. This is what you have to understand that he's saying. He's saying that he's comparing her beauty to like the horse, like how beautiful a horse is. Now, I know you like that he just compared that woman to a horse, but let's think about it. He is a man. I mean, do y'all remember? Okay, I'm gonna go here. You know, y'all remember R. Kelly? He was like, "You remind me of my Jeep," and we was all like, "What?" Okay, so men can sometimes, you know, compare women to things that are not necessarily human. Obviously, been doing it back then. He compared it to a horse. But what you also have to look at is, this is what we talk about, what's beautiful in his eyes. And so when he looks upon this horse, he's like, wow, that's a beautiful creature. But look at it from that angle. Like, have you ever seen a black mare? I mean, they are gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? So in one sense, you may be like, did you just compare me to a horse? But in another sense, it's like, that's like, he has no other comparison. That's how beautiful you are. He doesn't know what else to compare you to. But then not only that, y'all, he's looking at how she looks. He's looking at like, oh, wow, your cheeks are beautiful with earrings, your neck with strings of jewels. And he's like, we will make you earrings of gold studded with silver. So what he's not saying is, I want to put some earrings on. Girl, I'm going to get you some. Like, you got my mesmerized me. We want to buy you stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, T.I., you can have whatever you like. I'm still waiting on somebody to say that to me. Okay, so then here she go. Watch this. While the king was at his table, my perfume spread its fragrance. My beloved is to me sacred of myrrh, resting between my breasts. It said breasts, y'all. That wasn't my version. All right. And my beloved is to me a cluster of henna blossoms from the vineyard of En-Gedi. Y'all, she's talking about the fragrances and the smell. Have you ever walked into a room, like especially if you got your dude and you know him, and you smell his smell, and you're like, ooh, I know that smell. Or how we put on certain perfumes to gather his attention, or get it, because he like, when he smelled that perfume, he like, hey, girl. That's where we at. So he's like, how beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, how beautiful your eyes are like doves. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, we're not going to go through the whole Song of Solomon. It's 8 chapters. But what I do want to point out is he really into her eyes. You know how people like say like the eyes are the gateway to the soul? But it's amazing like how eyes are really captivating. And so he's really captivated by her eyes. And she then says to him, how handsome you are, my beloved. Oh, how charming, and our bed is verdant. She throwing compliments back. You so fine. That's my ghetto version of it. You so fine. Oh my God. Okay, you so charming. Quit playing. That's okay. So then he's like, the beams of our house are cedars, our rafters are firs. I'm not gonna break all that down. You know, I didn't go that deep. I just stopped at, you know, the part of understanding that he thinks she's sexy, she thinks he's sexy, and we all just like, they hit it off. You know, the friends is excited. All right, boom. So what she sees, what I want to also point out, because we're going to keep going, there's things that like that she pointed out as a flaw. Like she saw her darkness, or the darkness of her skin, as an issue, as a flaw, where her friends think she's beautiful, and he took the very same thing that she pointed out and compared it as something very beautiful and rare. So that right there tells you, like, when you look at yourself, you may see things that we nitpick. You know, we women, we nitpick at everything. What's that? What? Wait a minute. Is that something? Hold on. Okay. So, you know, we nitpick, right? We point out every little thing wrong with us. And that man don't even see all that. You be up there like trying to hide stuff. He don't even see that. I'm just saying. And the things that you're thinking is something wrong, he might love. He might be like, ooh, I love that. I'm just saying. And it seems kind of weird because we be like, really? Does he really like that? I'm just saying, does he really like my love handles? Does he? But if he said he do, if you keep touching him, you might not like it, but maybe he was with skinny girls in the past and he likes some. He's like, ooh, this is what thickness feel like. I'm just saying. Y'all gotta understand. All right, we're gonna go to chapter 4. Skip to chapter 4. Skip to chapter 4. Y'all ready? Okay, let me go here. Because like I told you, we're going to have to, jump through this. And you got to read the whole thing. Like, oh my God. It's such a beautiful story. It's so sweet. Okay. So this is something he's saying to her. So this is why I got to read this. Because when you think about how a man should really like see you, if he loves you in that light, he says, how beautiful you are, my darling. He starts with just telling her that she's beautiful to him. She says, oh, and then he goes again, oh, how beautiful. He had to say it twice. He said, your eyes behind your veil are doves. Did he not say this earlier? He is stuck on her eyes. He loves her eyes. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from the hills of Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep just shorn, coming up from the washing. She got white teeth. This is before toothpaste, people. This is before toothpaste. Each has its twin. Not one of them is alone. She got all her teeth. Y'all, anybody who know me know how I feel about dating people with no teeth. You got to, But he said she got white teeth and she got all her teeth. That's beautiful. I agree, Solomon. He says your lips are like a scarlet ribbon. Your mouth is lovely. Your temples behind your veil are like the halves of a pomegranate. Ooh. You ever ate pomegranate? I'm trying to envision it. He said, your neck is like the Tower of David, built with courses of stone. On it hangs 1,000 shields, all of them shields of warriors. She must got a long neck. I got a long neck. You know what I'm saying? Put some jewelry around that neck. Girl, but he's saying accentuate your neck. You don't even think about stuff like that. Who be sitting around here trying to decorate their neck? I mean, we put a necklace on like right here. But ain't nobody really thinking about the fact that somebody like, is he really looking at my neck? This man was like checking out everything. All right. He says, we at 5. He says, your breasts are like two fawns, like twin fawns of a gazelle that browse among the lilies. That's a man thing. Sound like they sit up to me. I'm just saying, maybe they were perky. I don't know. God's still working with me. I know y'all like, did she just say that? I did. Pray for me. Okay. So, until the day breaks and the shadows flee, I will go to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of incense. You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you. Let me say it again. Chapter 4, verse 7. You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you. Now, I just said earlier, we point out every single thing that we do wrong. We point out everything that's wrong with us. We point out every little thing. Like, we go through all this stuff. Like, I got my eyebrows waxed. I done tore my skin up trying to, wax my eyebrows properly because I want to look good. I don't want to have the bushy things. I want the bushy eyebrows, Stuff that, it looks nice. Men like it, don't get me wrong. But he's looking at his first look. He's like, she's flawless. Like, just looking at her. There's nothing wrong with her. Just the way she is. So he says, come with, so I ain't gonna keep going, Oh, no. I do gotta read this part. So he says, you have stolen my heart with one glance. This is on chapter 4, verse 9. If you want to know, so skip down there. I'm going to the part where he says, you have stolen my heart, my sister, my bride. You have stolen my heart with one glance of your eyes, with one jewel of your necklace. How delightful is your love, my sister, my bride. Ooh, how much more pleasing is your love than wine, and the fragrance of your perfume more than any spice. Your lip drops sweetness as the honeycomb, my bride. Milk and honey are under your tongue. Y'all, I can't keep reading, y'all. This is good. I'm just saying. Those are romantic novels. My auntie, God rest her soul, I used to see them books in her house with them. Them romantic novels. They had the white guy on there with the long flowing hair and the lady. Y'all seen them before? I just feel like maybe that's kind of like what that is. But I ain't got to go read them novels. I just read Solomon. I'm just saying. I think that's why people like them novels though. Like real talk. I think that's why. So anywho, so let's keep going. So we have, I think I want y'all to really understand more than anything, this man adores her. Like, just the way she is. And in the beginning, the very first thing she pointed out was something that she thought was wrong with her. Or she's trying to explain, hey, I'm a little darker, this is why. She's comparing herself to other women already. And immediately all he has done since he's seen her is just tell her how beautiful she is. And then he's able to point out every little thing about her that's beautiful. Things that she may not even notice on herself. He sees it. All right. Let's go ahead. In chapter 6, this is going to be our chapter. We got 2 more chapters I want to reference for you. Go to we're still in Song of Solomon. We ain't left there. We're in chapter 6. Go to verse 8. Again, if you're just relying on the Ophelia movie version, go for that. But do read it for yourself. All right. I want y'all to understand something. I want you to really hear what he's finna say. Because this is the part where, honestly, when a man really loves you, that when they say he only has eyes for you. All right. 60 queens there may be, and 80 concubines, and virgins beyond number. But my dove, my perfect one, is unique, the only daughter of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. The young women saw her, and they called her blessed. The queens and the concubines praised her. Like, let's just take that in. He only has eyes for her. Like, he's saying it can be queens. Y'all know what concubines are, right? Do I have to go there? I don't have to go there. I'm going to read the chat box for this one. I just need to know if I need to go there. Did someone tell me, do I need to go there? Because do I need to go there for concubines? No. Yeah. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. Okay. They were whores. Okay. If you didn't hear me, you ain't need to hear me. Look it up. Concubine. Look it up. Okay. So, we got, he's saying, like, you got queens, you have the concubines, you have virgins beyond number, which, of course, is a celebrated thing because, back then, you can get stoned for not being a virgin for one, or you got to marry. But you definitely was like, oh, no, we ain't touching you. You nasty. That's how they looked at it. I'm just saying. So, like, being a virgin was like a precious jewel. Like, that was part of your preciousness, that you were untouched. And what he's saying is, like, he could have, out of all of them, like, he could have all of that around him. And none of it would matter. Like, none of it would matter. Like, he could see these women. He could see, y'all, let's bring it nowadays. He can be on his job. And his boss can be a woman. His boss's boss can be a woman. So what? Everybody he work with. So what? He can go out somewhere with his homeboys and his women all over the place. So what? He can have young girls coming at him, telling him stuff, making him feel good, looking for they hero, they white knight, and they looking at him like, ooh, girl, he young, and he look good, girl, and he handsome, and all of that. And what he's saying is, but I only have eyes for you. So it don't really matter about all these other women. I don't care what they come from. I don't care what's going on with them. You are who I want. That's love, y'all. That's love. That's love. You know how that ties into my last episode, right? Oh, I'm going to come back. Because we got to understand, when there's love like that, you don't have to be insecure. Episode 2, woman, know and be secure. Well, be secure in knowing that you are loved. All right. So, last point, chapter 8, 6 through 7. Got to hit that one. Chapter 8, go with me. 6 and 7. This right here, like, there's like so much power and value and what a man really can instill into a woman and what he can pull out of her. Just as much as he can build her up, he can destroy her. So when he says in 8, 6, and 7, he says, well, she says this to him first. She says, yeah, this is her. She says, place me like a seal over your heart. She says, like a seal on your arm. Your love is as strong as death. Its jealousy is unyielding as the grave. It burns like blazing fire, like a mighty flame. Many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away. If one were to give all the wealth of their house for love, it would be utterly scorned. Right here is where there's so much power and value placed in love and how you love someone else. Meaning there's nobody that can come between you. Money doesn't come between you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, what else is offered. Nothing can pay for and replace like what love truly represents. Nothing can destroy love. And how do we know that? Because when we really sit back and think about God's love for us, like what truly makes Christ and the belief of Christianity solid is the fact that Jesus loved us, that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Jesus got up on that cross when he did not have to, and he could have stopped it and sacrificed himself, and he died because he loved us. But when it says in there, when it says that there's that not even death can hold that love, he resurrected. He came back. He didn't just die and leave us. He came back. He showed you, I'll die for you, and I paid the price for you. And I'll come back, and I'll even send a comfort for you, so that you don't feel lonely, so you don't feel like I'm not there for you. Like, this is the covering of love that God gives. And when a man truly loves you, let's go back. We're going to go all the way back to the beginning. When he loves you from the point of how he sees you, because when Jesus died on the cross for sin is what it is. It's evil. It's everything you ever did wrong, everything you thought of wrong, all of that. And he said, I still love you. And the reason why is because God sees us in a way that we don't see ourselves. And just like with Solomon was looking at this beautiful woman, and he saw everything in her that she might not have ever paid attention to. Everything that she might have thought was wrong with her. Everything that she didn't even think that she could offer up to him. The little things. He saw her as just beautiful and wonderful and unique. She said she was unique. She was different. That's what he loved about her. That she wasn't like everybody else. And it didn't matter. He loved her for who she was. And I think that's the issue that we have when we talk about women being insecure. Like, when you love you, it's so much easier to let a man love you. Because it's like, you can't trust and believe what he says when he tells you you're beautiful. You can't believe it if you don't believe it too. You can't receive it from him if you don't feel it. And that's the issue we have with accepting salvation or sticking with it. Or even like when we fall off, and we make a mistake coming back to Christ. Because there's a part of us that says, God, I'm dirty, I'm filthy, I did this, I did that. Like, I got all these issues. Like, and you telling me you love me just the way I am? You telling me that come as I am, like this? Like, I'm covered and stuff. And you saying like this? You saying like, no matter what, that I'm not perfect, I'm not a queen, I'm not this, this model, I'm not a missionary, I'm not a mother, I ain't been, serving since I was 5, I didn't have a calling on my life since I was 2, I've been out there, I ain't even grow up in church, and you want me? Yes, he's saying you, just the way you are. Because the thing is, God saw you right where you were, and he knew, and he still died for you. Like, and when that man loves you, he will see you right where you are. And instead of tearing you down, he'll build you up. He'll call out things in you that you don't even realize. He will tell you the things that you think are wrong about you. He will show you why they're all right. He will make you feel like you are better. He won't tear you down and make you feel worse, because that's not what God does. God doesn't sit there and beat us down and punish us. And yeah, do we go through stuff because he's also our Father? And so if we do wrong, we have our consequences, things that we do, and we have to live up to it. There's consequences for our action. But at the end of the day, God don't sit back looking at you like you're filthy. He doesn't sit back looking at you like, ew. He doesn't. He picks you up. He brushes you off. He said, it's okay. You fell. You skinned your knee. You got a little blood on you. It's okay. Let's bandage that up. He do that mama, thing. Let me clean you up right there. Like, he got you. He do that. And when a man really loves you and he accepts you for who you are, because like we said in the very first episode, there's nothing you can do to make a man love you. So when he loves you, he loves you. Now, there are things that you can do to make him fall out of love. But essentially, you being you was all it took. So if he accepts you just the way you are, then if there's things that you say, hey, I don't like. Let's go here. Let's say, because I did this before with your weight. Let's say you don't like your size. You don't like how you are. I remember dating a guy, and we went our separate ways, for good reasons. And, he's a good friend or whatever. But one thing I can remember was I was so head bent on losing the weight. I'm in the gym all the time. I done helped other people. And I was going to go, I'm going to go get the sleeve done. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the sleeve. And literally he went with me. He went. And I'm in there with these other women. And mind you, they like twice my size. So I'm actually skinny. Who would have known? 250 pounds. I'm skinny. So he's looking and he's there with me. But he is so upset. He's upset. He's like, I just don't understand. Why are you here? Why do you need to do this? I don't see anything wrong with you. And then I had to say, you know what I said to him? I said, it's not about you. That was my, my black woman snapback. It ain't about you, boo-boo. That was me. And I was saying to him, essentially, I don't like how I look. But that's my whole point. It didn't matter how much he loved the way I was, the way I am. If I don't accept me, then I can't accept it from him. And so it got to the point where something as simple as touching my arm under here, I still don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I cringed like, why are you touching my fat? Don't do that. I freaked out. He looking like, it's just an arm. What is the problem? Because I'm so insecure about that part of me that I projected my insecurity off on him. And we do that. We project our insecurities and we make it seem like if I don't like it, surely you don't like it. But when he loves you, he does. It doesn't matter to him. It doesn't faze him. If he met you like that, then that's what he liked when he got you. Why are you trying to get smaller and go through? And I'm not saying don't be healthy, because I'm still in the gym. Best believe. And I'm not saying that there aren't things that you can do for yourself. Yeah, girl, if you want to be fine as wine, do that. But understand, don't be so caught up in your image that you can't accept the love and the image and the view that other people have of you. What am I saying? There's a view of you that God has of you that is above what you even see. And that man, if he really loves you, he has that same image of you. When God looks at you, he doesn't see what's wrong with you. He sees everything that's right with you. When God looks at you, he's not sitting up there picking and pointing out every little thing that you did in the past. He's looking at the future that you have ahead of you, how you're going to use everything from your past to bring it forth into your future to help somebody else. He's looking at the testimony on your life. He's looking at the fact that, yes, you fail. Yes, you got dirty. Yes, you had to go through some stuff. But that's the reason why I let you go through it, because I can clean you up and I can make you new again. And then you can take your story and help the next woman so that she don't have to fall. Like, that's what God sees. He sees you as a queen. You made yourself a concubine. You said, I'm not worthy of that. But God said you're royalty. You always have been. You forgot who you were. You forgot who I created. You let the world around you, you let media, you let what you see on TV, you let the image of beauty cloud your judgment and tell you there was something wrong with your weight because you're not a size 2. Like, let's be real. That's not cute. I'm just saying, I don't think a size 2 is cute. That's my opinion. Maybe it's from a big girl. I don't know. I'm just saying, how you are is like beautiful. You let everything else come in and tell you that you were not beautiful the way you are. And the sad part is you accepted that negative view of you. You accepted the negative images of you. But then when that man comes along and he's telling you that everything about you is beautiful, you can't receive the positive. Like, you can receive when the world says you have to be like a size 9, 10. You can receive that, and because you're not a 9, 10, well, I'm too big and something's wrong with me. Listen, if you're in good health, okay? If your weight isn't impeded on your health, I'm definitely saying if your health isn't in the way and you're having health issues and it's weight related, because I've been in the gym for years, I do this. Y'all, I get it. From that perspective, you need to get your life together. Get your health right for yourself. You want to live long and prosper. But if it's not impeding on your health and this is just something that you're wanting to do, and let's look at your motive. Are you doing it to make, because you feel like you're not beautiful? Are you trying to lose the weight because you feel like nobody wants you at your size? Like, are you trying to lose the weight because you're afraid that he's going to look at another woman and he's not going to look at you? Are you trying to lose the weight because maybe there's some insecurity in yourself? Listen, if you feel like he's looking another way, question 1, did you look like that when he met you? Question 2, does he still look the way he looked when you met him? Question 3, is he complaining? Does he make you feel like something's wrong with you? Question 4, who are you doing this for? Is it for him? Is it for you? Is it for us? Are we both losing weight together? What's going on? Question 5, are there people around him that's making you feel like maybe, he'll look that way? Like, what is your intentions? What is your motives? Why are you seeing yourself lower and beneath the way he even sees you? And then you'll take that and you're mad at him. And he can say, is there any men watching, when your woman say, do I look fat in this dress? You know your woman. Be honest, but be tactful. You know if she can handle your honesty and how you need to say it. But still be honest. Because what she's saying is she don't want to go out looking any kind of way. She represents you. And that's the other thing, women. Because you are a representation of him, he should see himself in you. He should see that beautiful woman in you. So if he has low self-esteem, he don't have no confidence, he don't love himself, he got problems, guess what? You're not going to get none of that from him. He's not going to build you up if he can't build himself up. He ain't going to love you if he can't love himself. He's not going to see your beauty if he can't see his own. That's just what it is. He's not going to encourage you to be better if he can't encourage himself. And that's why you see people together who both look miserable. Can that be saved? Yes, because God can do all things. But at the end of the day, when you truly love each other, even in a case like that, you're accepting each other for where you're at. You work together to get better. If it's you, let's say it's just you're not happy. I done had some babies, I done gained this weight. Miss O, I don't look like how I looked when I met him. And I don't know, I want to be back there. But that man loves you. Guess what? If you have a mission to say, for myself, I want to look a certain way, or I want to get back to I know that you're not going to be back to your size you was if you were 16. Then just let it go. Nah, I'm just going to tell you that now. Let that go. You done had babies, your body came open, you spread it. Some stuff ain't going to snap back. Let me be the one to tell you. Some stuff ain't gonna snap back. Okay? It's called war wounds. You done had a baby. You got war wounds. It's okay. But what I'm saying is, if it's to the point that it's bothering you and it's impeding on your feelings, go to that man and say, baby, can you help me? Can you, I want to lose this weight. It's making me feel self-conscious. But if he loves you, you know what he's going to do? Not only is he going to help you lose the weight, every day he's going to still tell you how beautiful you are. Every day he's going to pour into you and still tell you how I love you just the way you are. Every day he's going to still touch you and let you feel love. He's still going to, come to you and comfort you and hold you. And is that not what God does? Daily, God is showing us his grace and his mercy and his love. And he's telling you, sweetie, I love you just how you are. I want you to do better because I want you to be with me. I want you to be my bride. I want that eternal life so we can be together forever. Like, that's what I want. So God builds you up and he's steady trying to make you better because he loves you so much that he wants you forever. Like, God wants to love you forever. He never wants to lose you. So he does all these things to build you up and to remind you that you are his and you've always belonged to him. You just forgot. And so now you're slipping away and you're thinking you can't come back. And he's sitting there with open arms saying, hey, I still love you just the way you are. And you let the enemy, like the world, tell you that you're not worthy and you're not good enough for God's love. You let what you see with other people and other women and say, oh, I can't compete. But it's not a competition. Like in Song of Solomon, when I was reading it, he sat there and said, baby, it ain't a competition. There's queens. I can have 30 queens. I can have 60 concubines. I can have dozens, like virgins. He couldn't even count them all. I can have all these virgins, and it don't matter. All I want is you. And what God is saying is, I love you, like just you. Like, I love everybody, true, but I have a personal relationship that I go through. Like, I died on the cross and went to hell and came back for you. Like, that's how much I love you. And that's how much I want you. God is a jealous God. We talk about jealousy. You can't love nobody else over God. He like, you mine. Like, that's what you want. Like, I ain't saying jealousy in humans is healthy, but what I will say, every relation, there should be a pinch of something where that man feels just a tad bit protective and territorial. Like, that's my woman. And you should be the same way about your man. But there's a limit. Like, there's a difference between saying, mine's, that's my man, that's my woman. Nobody else can have that. And then just being jealous and insecure and territorial and pit bull. Don't do that. God ain't like that. Okay? What I'm saying though is God has this love for you that's so strong that he's like, I want you forever. And when you think about what marriage is, how that is a union, where God says that what God puts together, that let no man tear asunder. What he's saying is nothing comes between that union. Like, once we're one, like, this it. Like, this is us, boo. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna die to get up out of this. Like, honestly, that's what it means. That's forever. And God comes at us and he's doing everything he can so that he can have us forever. And so when that man is with you and he loves you, he's going to do everything he can to keep you forever. And to keep you means to uplift you, to pour into you, to make you feel good about yourself, to make you feel like a woman. And sweetie, if he ain't doing that, you might want to question some things. I mean, if you're already married to a man not doing that, you might want to pray on that and go to counseling. All I'm saying is, you need to understand, series title, what love is and what love isn't. And if you're not sure, Song of Solomon, baby. Song of Solomon. Y'all, I have absolutely loved it. I'm so happy to have you watching, to be on me. I have been told I have to say this. Disclosure. If you liked it, loved it, hit love, like, and share it. And if it's not for you, it may be for someone else. Hey, pass on the love. Now, if you came on, I do not know that you're on unless you say something in the chat box. So I definitely want to like shout out to you and say thank you for watching, especially when it's being live. Now after the fact, those who see me after the fact, all I can say is thank you. You know, hit me up in my messenger and say, hey girl, I really love that. So I can say thank you. I'm like, yes, I'm so happy I blessed you. Yeah, but other than that, okay, of course, my mommy is on here. You know, it is so good to have family that supports, because not everyone can say that their family supports them. And so my mom is on here. My sister in Christ, Lakia, mwah, like she is such my encourager, y'all. She sends me things, and I literally save them on my like phone, on my wall, because like everyone needs someone who's going to give you that push, and she is an encourager like all day long. She's an let me see who else is on here. Hello, Miss Tillman. Oh, you know what? I think I know who you are. I've seen you with the Bible studies. Am I right? I'm happy you're here, just in case I'm wrong. Thank you for supporting. I hope you were blessed. Let's see. Who else? Hey, my cousin Tammy. Tammy! She's on. My cousin Tammy looks just like my mom. It's really creepy. I'm just putting that out there. Tammy, I never told you. But yeah. Okay. All right. I digress. Okay. Who else? Oh, I have a guy on here. I kind of like him, you know. Some of y'all know him. His name Tony. We ain't gonna talk about that. All right. All right. There we go. So, the people who I seen a message from, okay. I got you. I don't see nobody else. And I've been on here like 48 minutes. So I'm finna be out. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Hey, if you missed it or you came in late, I'm about to post it, share it, go back and rewatch it, catch up. If you missed the other episodes, they're there too. I also have it on YouTube. I'm putting it on Instagram. If y'all can think of another platform, we got to get this out because I believe it's for whoever needs it, and I don't want to hold back. All right? Y'all continue to pray for me. Oh, my God. You know what I didn't do? I didn't pray in. Okay, y'all. We got to pray out. Okay? Y'all work? All right, let's pray out. All right, God, let's start with saying, I'm sorry for not praying in. But let's definitely say thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for being in the midst. Anyway, thank you for seeing beyond my flaws, that I didn't do things in order. But God, I thank you for giving me the mind and bringing it back to my remembrance to make sure that I always honor you, that I always edify you, God. And I just thank you because in this moment, I know you are here with me, and I just praise your name. And I just ask that whatever you're doing in this season, that you allow the people to be blessed by it, and that you are always glorified and always edified. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys. Love you.